Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is high level design on CI/CD automations. In this diagram, I have covered one of the service UI app, React app, and it can be any other app also. So these are the common things how to do automation of any service, whether it is UI app, API, or web app, or any other service. So in this diagram, you can see I have two sections. One is Azure Kubernetes service and other one is Azure DevOps service. So let us start from Azure Kubernetes service. Whenever you have your React or Angular application ready or any other UI application ready, or it may be web API also. Now, if you need to set up automation CI/CD, then what are the sources is needed? So that is I can cover in left side where we have this Azure. Under the Azure, you have Azure Kubernetes service. Under Kubernetes, I created Azure node. You can say Kubernetes node, and then pod service. Under the pod we have container, and under the container you can put your update your UI app image. Okay, so this is the infra which we needed on Azure side on cloud, and other than that there is one common resource of that is also part of cloud, that is container registry. So let us see now right side. So in the right side of this diagram, I have Azure DevOps where you can see CI/CD. So let's suppose we have a repo, Azure DevOps, Git repo. And then in your Git repo, your developer will push the code, and once PR is approved, then it will trigger to CI pipeline. CI means continuous integration on step number 2. Step number 1, we will push the code. Step number 2 will trigger the CI pipeline. So CI pipeline will do the dependency installation and will do your packaging build. Once build is successful, it will proceed for sonar queue scanning to checking the code coverage, to check the vulnerability security concerns, and after that, once this all is done, sonar queue scan would also validate your unit test cases as well. This is the part of your code coverage. Once this is done, then it would start Docker image, building a Docker image for your complete package, right? Once Docker image is done, then it would connect to container registry and post that Docker image to container registry in step number 3. So here in CI part, we can see build, packaging is done, sonar queue steps are performed, Docker image is created and pushes that is pushed into container registry. So these are three till step number 3. It is part of CI continuous integrations. Okay, and this pipeline would be auto trigger whenever you push your code. Again, it would perform same step to step 1 to step 3. And then once your continuous integration is successful, then on success of continuous integrations, your continuous delivery will start on step number 4. So here on step number 4, CD pipeline will trigger and it will prepare your build. It will prepare for deployment, and what it will do during the preparation, it will pull the your image from container registry. It will connect to container registry and pull the image in step number 5. And then once this is done, then it will wait for approval. Let's suppose you want to deploy this on some specific stage, whether it is dev or QA or production also, right? So it will wait for that stage approval. Once approval is done, then it would roll out pod image for your, it means Docker image would be updated on pod where in step number 6. So in this way, your Docker image or your UI image would be updated into pod which is part of container. In this diagram, I have single pod for single service. So it is kind of microservices architecture where for single microservice, let's suppose UI is one of my microservice for I have one container, one pod. Okay, under I can create multiple container also within the pod, but here I have follow the architecture where I have single container for single app service, I mean single pod, which is having only one container. Under that, if this image UI image is updated. So in this way, you can see end-to-end CI/CD process to be set up here for your microservice. You can set up for any other service also. So these are the high level steps. Now in next video, we can cover how to do practical lab for this complete CI/CD. You can take any one example. Here I'll be taking React UI example first, and then I'll take the API example also, and will host that there in AKS. One important point is for UI I have single pod, and let's suppose I also want to add API where my UI is interacting with the API, then I can create another pod under this AKS. Okay, so Node and AKS service instance would be common, where we'll be adding one more pod here with the new image and container for the API also. So that is all as part of this high level design document to set up CI/CD automation for your API, for your microservices, for your component. Thank you very much for watching. See you in next video with practical lab.